How's it going, champions and friends from all over the world? BB again, welcome back to my Orso channel. Today we're in Alex654's account. Again, a recurring clan member who came for me to pull his shards. Thank you guys for giving me so much work. I love walking in y'all's accounts, hitting you some gold, and I love the fact that you trust me with these. To all my viewers all across, I hope you've been doing well. I hope your pulls have been clutching for you. I hope you're pulling gold left to right, left to right. Today we have a summon rush, we have a 1+1 legendary event. We have a progressive chance for Michinaki. Michinaki here is on our wish list. And we're hitting all of the fragments for GOM today, so we have to make 5.5k points. Let's see when these ancient shards are gonna clutch for us. We're gonna pull ancients until we hit the 1+1. Hopefully we hit the 1+1. We gotta, at some point we gotta, right? And then if we need to fill up for points for the summon rush, we're gonna fill in with sacred shards. Don't forget to use my promo link to get yourself a free legendary Raphma tab, as well as the epics Takeover, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial, go to your inbox and claim your first champ. And that is all you have to do to get your free legendary Raphma tab, as well as to Gore, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up in progress. So don't miss out and click on my link right now. Let's immediately get to sharp pulling, guys. I'm gonna pull 10 outright. Straight up. Hit us! And we got a lot of ancients to go through. Okay, we hit a spider, we hit our Aaron, yes. No more epics. These cards these days are flying out very quickly, and I wonder if Plarium tweaked a little bit with the speed at which these cards are being flipped when you summon shards. Aaron, yes, it's a poisoner. Has a chance of placing a poison, 5% poison when you ascend her for 2 turns. AoE with the chance, big chance, 100% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target by a turn. On a 4-turn cooldown, this is most probably going to increase your poisons and your burns and whatever debuffs you're bringing to clan boss. This is where this champion excels in. She is also going to place a block buffs debuff for 2 turns on a single enemy. Aaron, yes, great clan boss champion. Works with a lot of champions that place debuffs. Spider needs to be buffed. That's all I can say. Gnarlhorn is great. He has this unkillable for 2 turns on himself. He also places a provoke on all enemies for a turn on his A2. So Gnarlhorn might be one of the best rare champions in the game. Straight up. Nothing else I can say about this pool. Let's keep them rolling. Let's keep them coming. We got a lot to go through today. 1 shard gives us 20. 10 shards give us 200, etc. This is just rares. Okay, and a little epic. I did Sanguinia. Sanguinia is, neither hither nor thither. Triple hitter with the chance of decreasing the duration of 2 random buffs on the target by a turn. This one, if it procs, is great, because each hit decreases the duration of 2 random buffs. That's a triple hitter. So that's a big decrease if it lands every single time, which is hard, because it's a 30% chance even when you book it out. Place a block debuffs on all allies for a turn, and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. This one is good. A3 attacks one enemy with a chance, 100% chance when you book it out, of transferring all debuffs from this champion to the target, and then removes all debuffs from all allies except herself on a 4-turn cooldown. This is the best skill that she has in her kit. Again, she's not the best, she's not the worst. I'd rate her a solid 3. Hatel, Frozen Banshee, great poisoner here. Frozen Banshee, Hide Stitcher Born, one of the previous fusibles that we needed. I think we needed it for Mad Hatter? Can't remember. 10 more. Okay, and Dahlia. We hit a Mikage fusible. You already have your Mikage fused, if I'm not mistaken, so you don't really need an Endalia per se, unless you're planning on building one out. And let's check the points again before we continue. 600. 600 points. Now we got a lot to go through. I'm gonna keep pulling them 10 by 10. Okay, another Aaron, yes. You get a double here. We've started hitting doubles. That is a little discouraging. Let's pause for a second and let's blow some luck on our lucky fingers. I think we forgot to do that. Alright, we're ready. Let's pull 10 more. Whatever you give us, we're here to pull, we're here to win, we're here to make points. We got many blues to go through. We get a double Gnarlhorn and a Kale, and it's just rares. What the hell? Keep pulling! Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Ooh, we immediately get an epic Sir Artemage. Let's see what else we get. Another epic. Chani! Haven't seen Chani's face in a little while. Such a cool champion design. You can afford to build her with less crit rate if you chuck her with accuracy. On that note, because she comes with poison sensitivity, you can actually build her in a toxic set. And then she does the 2 birds, 1 stone type of thing. Let's keep them rolling. We are about 1,000 in. Maybe 1,000 points in. Another Hide Stitch Reborn. Can you give us... Oh! Yes! There it comes! And there it comes! The shield remover and the bomber! Incarnate and Astrolith, guys! I really hope they're not doubles on your account. Let's first pay a little bit of attention to them, give them a little bit of love, and then we're gonna see whether they're duplicates. The Incarnate. Now you have Arbiter, so you will benefit from putting these two in a team. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a provoke. 50% chance when you book it out. So you either land it the first time or the second time around. She also has a 10% chance of counterattacking when an ally Arbiter is hit. Occurs once per hit. A2 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance, 100% chance when you book it out of removing all shield buffs and 1 random buff from all enemies. Then she places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns that is proportional to this champion's defense. You could say that she steals the shield, but she does it a little bit better because it scales off her defense and she's a defense champion. 3-turn cooldown on that one, quite quick. Defensive measures, A3 places a strong ally protection on all allies except herself for 2 turns and a 25% strengthen buff on everybody. Again, for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Mitigate a little bit of that damage coming your way. Passive, Crassie's Response. Increases the champion's accuracy by 20 for each ally under an ally protection buff. When killed, resets the cooldown of the Destiny's Call skill for any ally arbiters. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, this effect will only activate once. What is Destiny's Call? That is the revive, ladies and gentlemen. That is the revive skill. So Arbiter can immediately go and revive the Incarnate straight away. Second passive. Ultimate Purpose. Increases the champion's resistance by 20 for each ally under an ally protection buff. Same as here, we get an increase of accuracy and resistance by 20. This champion will also receive 20% of the damage of any ally arbiters. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, this effect will only activate once. Mitigates specifically from Arbiter. If any ally arbiter is about to get killed by a fatal hit, places an unkillable on her for a turn. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, the effect will only activate once. The ultimate Arbiter supporter. The Incarnate. What's the lore behind this champion is actually very interesting for me to find out. Her sole purpose. Her sole purpose is to help your Arbiter do her job. Astrolith. Astrolith, the irresistible bomber, guys. Now, I don't know if you like to play around with bomb mechanics, but they can be very fun. On her A1, she attacks 1 enemy, fills the turn meter of a random ally by 15%, fills the turn meter of all allies by a further 15% if this attack crits. So if she crits, that is a 30% turn meter fill for 1 random ally, and 15% AoE turn meter fill. Heart Rot places a bomb debuff that detonates after 2 turns that cannot be resisted. When you ascend her, you decrease that detonation time by a whole turn, so they have 1 turn to figure out what the hell to do. And the A3 is also very interesting. The active effect exchanges remaining HP levels with the target enemy, then attacks with the default skill. That cannot be used on a boss, naturally. The A1 that fills the turn meter of a random ally and then all allies by 15%. So this can be very clutch in arena. When you've just dropped to like 1% HP. It's your turn. Oh, you're sitting against an ultimate Death Knight that is on 100% HP. And you do a little swapperoo. And you watch them lose their shit. Takes 5 turns when you book it, gains an extra turn, and decreases the cooldown of the skill by 3 whole turns if her HP drops below 20% when attacked. So this one, it becomes, when booked, a 2-turn cooldown. 2! If her HP drops below 20% when attacked. It's crazy stuff, I'm telling you. Ally speed in arena battles by 28%. This aura you will need. So much so for Astrolith. Let's see if these champions are duplicates. We got a high elf and a dark elf. Okay, Incarnate is new. So congratulations on Incarnate. Your Arbiter Helper. Oh, no shit! Astrolith is also new! Well, that's 2 new legendaries for you, my friend. What a clutch. Now, we're moving on to Sacreds. Since we already hit the 1+1, so we can make up for the remaining points of this tournament. We're currently sitting at 1,000. Around 1,000, am I right? 1,400. Let me calculate. Until 5,500, we're gonna need like 8 sacred shards? Maybe 1 more. Plentiful of sacred shards. So let's immediately go and start pulling them. Michinaki, if you bless this account, that'll be 3 legendaries. And it will be great. Can you load? That better be a legendary. Okay, I was almost so sure. Anchorite comes out. He's not bad. Anchorite blessed my account early on. He has a full heal and a strong increased crit rate, strong increased crit damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. This full heal is super nice. 4-turn cooldown. It also is very quick. He removes 1 random debuff from all allies and increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown. And AoEs on his A1 and heals the ally with the lowest HP by 10% of the damage inflicted. Moving on. Let's see what we get from this one. Another epic, and it's an Anax. Double hitter each time he has a chance of placing a strong decreased defense. Double hitter again. Each hit has a chance of placing a strong decrease accuracy and a 5% poison debuff for 3 turns. 3 turns, guys. And on his A3, he attacks 1 enemy with the chance of placing a weaken for 2 turns and healing this champion by 50% of the damage inflicted. Passive places a strong increased defense for 2 turns when his HP drops below 75% and a strong increased attack when it drops below 50. The active effect of this passive grants an extra turn when this champion's HP drops below 10. So like, emergency hotline, save Anax. Let's keep him rolling. If we manage to hit another legendary from here, I will lose my mind. That is a Cage Breaker. What did he do again? That's sleep. I'm seeing sleep here. Attacks 4 times are random. Okay, random hitter. Each hit has a 40-50 when you book it out, chance of placing sleep. A1. Okay, strong decreased defense for 2 turns. AoE on his A3 destroys each target's max HP by 50% of the damage inflicted. That's a lot. Ascended skill grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. Not bad, actually, not bad, Cage Breaker. You pack a punch. I wasn't sure. Alright, another shard, another day, another slay. Hi! Oh, it's the Gravedigger church dude. Graveyard Keeper. Single target provoke and a strong decrease attack if the target is under fear or true fear debuff. I forgot if he brings that himself. AoE with a 100% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction. 2 turns. Very, very nice one, this Necrosis skill. Plays the shield buff on all allies for 2 turns, equal to 30% of their max HP. Also places a 15% strengthened buff on all allies for 2 turns, appreciated. 3-turn cooldown though, appreciated. What I mean to say is there's better shields than this. Better shields, better strengthens. Passive, immune to fear and true fear. Mwah. Whenever an ally's HP drops below 50% from an enemy attack, has a 50% chance of placing that fear on the attacker for a turn. Whenever an ally is killed by an enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a true fear on all enemies for a turn. So he does bring it himself. He does bring it. And he also places a decreased attack in this case, if you're attacking with the A1 after this passive is triggered. Farsalas Grave Dirt. I don't let my Balkan accent come through a lot, and maybe I should. We have the first fragments hit. Let's get the second ones now. How many more shards? That is 5,500. That's 4 more, 5 more. Let's pull 4 and see what we're gonna do. Hefty fusions, man, hefty fusions. Let's hit a Michinaki, shall we? It's a good day to hit a Michinaki. I'm asking for too much. Knight Errant. Go ahead and run errands for someone else. Pull another Sacred Shard. Reach 4,000 points. That's a Skinwalker, and it's a Taurus. No, Flesh Terror, sorry. I mistake them. They look alike when they haven't fully shaped up in front of us, and they have a similar color pattern as well. Flesh Terror has a chance of transferring 1 random debuff from this champion to the target, single target, heals all allies by 30% of their max HP, and increases the duration of all ally buffs by a turn. I feel like we just read this skill. AoE decreases the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn, and then increases the duration of all enemy debuffs by 1 turn. This skill defense, this skill offense. And how many more is that? I don't want to screw up, guys. Just want to make sure. 2 more? 2 more sacreds or 3 more sacreds is the question. We already hit the 1+1, so we're gonna pull 3 sacreds, stop at 10. So we can fully round up these points. Boom. Show me what you got. That is an epic, and it's a Pan the Bowhorn. I get him a lot too. I pull a lot of pans and pots. Double slasher, though. I like a double slasher A1 with the chance of placing a freeze. Ignores 50% of the target's resistance if the target's speed is equal to or less than Pan the Bowhorn's speed. His base speed is 100, helps out, build him a little bit faster than the rest. Attacks all enemies before attacking, plays a strong increased attack and strong increased speed on this champion for 3 whole turns. And this skill is on a 3-turn cooldown when you book it out. Hello? What winds of gusts are flowing through the house? All the windows are closed. Give me a moment. Is this you? Have I left the door open?
A few moments later.
Oh my god. I hadn't fully closed the balcony door. So it was just slamming and it was... I knew that I was hearing weird noises. It wasn't my poltergeist though. It was the weather. A3 attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit will ignore 10% of the target's defense. Each hit will also have a 100% chance of placing a true fear for 2 turns. When you book it out, will ignore 50% of the target's resistance if the target's speed is equal to or less than this champion's speed. If the target is a boss, has a 100% chance of placing a strong weaken debuff for 2 turns instead. And same applies, will ignore 50% of the target's resistance if the target's speed is equal to or less than this champion's. Increases ally speed in dungeons by 20%. Makes sense. Checks out. Am I right? I forgot where we're at. I think we have to pull 3, and this is the first one. And so we're pulling 1 more, and then we're pulling 1 more, and we're done. Give us Michinaki. I'm asking for too much. I keep pulling that one as well. Good healer. Reviver. Revives 2 random allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. And after the revival, when ascended, places a strong strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns. Strong increase attack, strong increase crit rate on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. And a double hitter single target stun. It's a very small chance, but it's there. And we have 1 more to pull, right? Last sacred shard, guys. Last chance to hit a Michinaki. But even if we don't, we just hit 2 brand new legendaries today. Hit it! Okay. It would have been too good to be true, but here is Vergus, who is just as good as a legendary, if you ask me. That is, I would count that. I would count that. It doesn't matter that the screen lit up in purple. Vergus is a legendary. And mostly for the passive, combined with Aegis, his A2. A2 places a 15% continuous heal, strong increased speed, 30% reflect damage buff on a target ally for 3 turns, and also will place out 50% ally protection on all allies except himself for 2 turns, and a strong increased defense on himself on a 3-turn cooldown. His passive places a shield on this champion equal to 10% of his max HP for 2 turns whenever he loses 10% or more of his max HP from a single hit. The active effect places a 50% continuous heal on this champion for 2 turns every time his HP drops below 50%. If you notice, again, 2 books, take it down to a 1-turn cooldown, and Vergus will solo Scarab King for you. No Michinaki in sight, but hey, here are your garment fragments! And if you feel adventurous, you can fill up with a couple of points for the legendary skill tome, right? You're gonna need it with the 2 new legendaries that we hit you today, man. Here's your Incarnate, and here is your Astrolith. This was great! If you guys want me to pull your shards, you know the drill. Let me know in Discord a couple days in advance. Give me a little bit of grace, am I right? So I can fit you in my schedule. You can find the link down in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys again in the next one. Bye!